What if I told you history is full of lies? Some of the most famous events you learned in school might not have happened the way you think. From massive hoaxes to government propaganda, these lies changed the world. Stay tuned as we reveal the five biggest lies that shaped history. Coming with number one, the Trojan Horse. Let's start with a story that's been told for over 2,500 years, the legendary Trojan Horse. According to Greek mythology, the Greeks, after failing to conquer Troy for 10 years, built a giant wooden horse, hid their best warriors inside, and left it outside the city gates as a gift. The Trojans, thinking they had won, brought the horse into their city, but at night, Greek soldiers emerged from the horse, opened the city gates, and Troy fell. Sounds like an epic war strategy, right? But here's the truth. There is no actual evidence the Trojan horse ever existed. Well, many historians believe the Trojan horse was not real, but instead a metaphor for a hidden attack or siege weapon. The story comes from a writings of Homer's Odyssey, which is filled with mythical elements. No archaeological evidence of a wooden horse or proof that the exact events happened. Number 2. The Great Moon Hoax of 1835. Imagine waking up one morning, grabbing a newspaper, and reading, "Scientists have discovered life on the moon." And not just life, entire civilizations, bizarre creatures, and even alien cities. Well, this actually happened in 1835. Great Moon Hoax was one of the biggest fake news stories in history, and millions believed it. The New York Sun newspaper published a series of fake articles claiming an astronomer had discovered winged creatures, oceans, and temples on the moon. People were fascinated and believed it, as there was no way to fact check in those days. Weeks later, the newspaper admitted it was all a joke to increase sales. This was one of the earliest examples of mass media manipulation and proof that people will believe anything if it sounds exciting enough. Number 3. The War of the Worlds Panic. Fast forward to 1938, a simple radio broadcast allegedly caused mass hysteria across America. People ran out of their homes convinced that aliens were invading. This was the legendary War of the Worlds broadcast by Orson Welles. It was a radio drama performed as a live news report describing a Martian invasion happening in real time. The idea that millions panicked is actually exaggerated. Newspaper companies who saw radio as a threat to their business spread false reports that people were fainting, looting, and running into the streets in fear. In reality, only a small number of listeners were fooled. Most people didn't even hear the broadcast. Number 4. Napoleon was short. Picture Napoleon Bonaparte. What's the first thing that comes to mind? Probably a tiny man in a big hat, right? Well, this is exactly not the truth. Napoleon was actually 5 feet 6, which is approximately 1.69 meter, which was average height for a Frenchman in the early 1800s. The myth that he was short came from a British propaganda, which mocked him by calling him the Little Corporal. The confusion also came from different measurement systems. French inches were longer than British inches, making Napoleon seem shorter in translation. So, next time someone calls Napoleon short, remind them it's just another one of history's great lies. Number 5. The fake Loch Ness Monster photo. One of the most famous photographs in history, the surgeon's photo of the Loch Ness Monster, shocked the world in 1934. People thought they finally had a proof of a mysterious creature lurking in Scotland's waters. In 1994, one of the hoaxers admitted that the famous photo was just a toy submarine with a fake head attached. The entire thing was staged to fool the public, and it worked for decades. Even today, people still search for Nessie, proving that some lies are just too fun to let go. So, there you have it. 5 of the biggest lies that fooled the world. Which one shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments. Like this video if you love history, subscribe to TKB for more mind-blowing facts. Turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Thanks for watching and until next time, stay curious.